This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for January 11th, 2024. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. This week on a new episode of the Osbournes podcast, Ozzy says he's feeling good and getting his health on track. The 75-year-old opened up to British musician Billy Morrison, saying, "It's just a job. It's what I do now. I just came back from the doctor today and my blood clots are gone. Everything is back to normal. I can bend my neck. I just got to get my balance going now." He continued, "I'm not seeing so many doctors anymore. I'm just seeing the Parkinson's doctor, but I'm not having surgery or anything. I had 7 surgeries in 5 years. It's a slow recovery because I'm not as young as I used to be, so the recovery of anything is going to take time." Ozzy also recently praised T-Pain's cover of Black Sabbath's War Pigs. Ozzy taking to X saying, "This is the best cover of War Pigs ever. Why didn't you guys call me?" T-Pain responded, quote, "You're always invited, top of my list every time. Thank you so much. Means a lot coming from the greatness himself." Ozzy was responding to footage of T-Pain, who played a gig last March in support of the cover's record he released. Other previous covers of War Pigs have been done by Government Mule, Cake, Tesla, Sacred Reich, the Dresden Dolls, and more. A new round of Slipknot Funko Pop figures are on the way with a tentative March release date planned. Featuring Mick Thompson and Jim Root, Clown, Tortilla Man, and recently ousted drummer Jay Weinberg. Corey Taylor, Sid Wilson, and Craig 133 Jones have already had their Funkos released in years past. Disturbed have shared a teaser for the music video for the song Don't Tell Me, the track off of the band's recent album Divisive that features Hearts and Wilson. It marks the first time the band has included a guest feature on an album. The full Don't Tell Me video is set to debut online coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And Judas Priest have released a new video for their song Panic Attack, the first single from the band's forthcoming studio album Invincible Shield that's set for release on March 8th. The band's tour kicks off on April 18th at the Toyota Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut, followed by a date at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway in Boston. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra have announced they have donated $1 million in donations to local charities across the country during their recently concluded The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more. Keeping with TSO's late founder Paul O'Neill's vision to spread holiday joy and to support communities in need, TSO remains one of rock's most charitable bands. For every ticket sold of their 104 performances in 62 cities, at least $1 to support organizations working to bring hope and help to their communities was donated. TSO has donated nearly $19 million since their touring debut. Alex Lifeson has revealed how his recent gigs with Geddy Lee provided closure. In December, the guitarist made appearances with his late Rush bandmate in London and Toronto. The stops were part of Geddy Lee's book tour supporting his autobiography, My Effin' Life. Saying, quote, "Doing these shows with him was a no-brainer because basically I just sat on a stage with him doing the stuff that we've done for 50 years in the back of a car or an airplane or a bus. We're best of friends, so it was just getting up and riffing and laughing and goofing around, just like we always have." And speaking of books coming from Rush members, Inside Editions has set a release date of May 7th of 2024 for Silver Surfers, the final book from late Rush drummer Neil Peart. Peart sharing one last love letter of his beloved classic car collection and giving readers a glimpse into his lifelong passion for cars in this extraordinary collection. Roger Daltrey has booked The Who, Eddie Vedder, and Robert Plant for the final Teenage Cancer concerts. The shows will wrap up Daltrey's 24-year tenure as the curator for the Teenage Cancer Trust, which has raised more than $40 million for teenage youth patients. The final gig will also feature Paul Weller and Kelly Jones of Stereophonics. Selena Gomez is reportedly set to portray veteran musician Linda Ronstadt in an upcoming biopic. According to reports in Variety and Rolling Stone, Gomez has been confirmed for the role, though a director has yet to be attached to the project. The confirmation comes after Selena Gomez teased the project by posting a picture of Ronstadt's 2013 memoir, Simple Dreams, on social media. According to Variety, the currently untitled biopic is now in pre-production with Ronstadt's manager, John Boylan, and James Keach co-producing the project. Additional casting details and a release date have yet to be announced. An artificial intelligence-driven comedy special has attempted to resurrect comedy genius George Carlin 15 years after he died in 2008 of heart failure. Following the special release, the comedian's daughter responded and said that, quote, no machine will ever replace his genius. The hour-long special, titled George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead, is a product of Dudesy, a podcast run by AI and curated by humans. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all the stories, check the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 188, featuring Dave D. Bellevue from Oxymorons, is available now.
To celebrate joining Pantheon Podcasts, Rock Camp, the podcast, the official podcast of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, is giving away a guitar signed by Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Marty Friedman, formerly of Megadeth, and legendary shredder Zakk Wylde, plus our rockstar counselors like Vinny Appice, Monty Pittman, and more. To enter to win, simply follow, rate, and review our podcast on your preferred platform, and that's all you have to do. For more information, go to rockcamp.com/podcast.